Okay, I'm recording now. So just want to let everyone know that we are recording and going live on Facebook with this Zoom meeting. We do record this for training and quality assurance purposes and also for content later. If any of you do want the recording, just reach out to Daylon or myself and request it for later. We do it only on request. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Steve, and thank you so much, man. I appreciate the disclosure up front, and welcome everybody. I hope you guys are having a terrific Monday so far and had a wonderful weekend. Today, we're going to be talking about ways to boost your confidence for selling. And I put together 7 ways that you could do that. But boosting your confidence for selling, why is that so important to build confidence? Well, when you think about it, confidence sells. And the lack of it can be detected from far off. Everyone picks up on that, and I'm pretty sure you can imagine times that you have picked up the lack of confidence in somebody else, when they're scared, when they're fearful, when they're unsure, when they lack confidence. Think about how animals pick up on fear. They know if you're scared, and they can normally pick up on it better than humans can. But even if people don't quickly pick up on fear or your lack of confidence, their subconscious will, and it will feed their gut. Have you ever said to yourself, I don't know why, but my gut tells me I shouldn't do this? Well, one of the best ways to overcome bad gut feeling that somebody could get about you is to be confident. So I'm going to give you 7 key ways to boost that confidence. So let's go right on it. Number 1, it will be to give yourself a pep talk. That's step number 1. Comparing your sales stats with your competition and feeling good about how you stack up. So that's a very good thing to do. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do it, depending on what your strength is. One way is looking at your listed to sold ratio. If you listed a home at $100,000, and it sold for $102,000. You sold it for more than the listed price. Or what were the days on the market? Did you have an all-cash buyer? Seeing how your strength stuck up compared to your competition will give you a boost in confidence. So you want to look at your stats every so often. Look how much you have been progressing. Look at your stats and how they compare to the average agent in the area. Step number 2, show enthusiasm and go the extra mile. Now, there's a great book that I highly recommend for all real estate agents and salespeople in general by a guy named Frank Bedger. It's on Amazon. It's called How I Rise Myself from Failure to Success in Selling. That's a really good chapter in the beginning of that book, that Frank talks about how he lacked enthusiasm and how he got fired. He was a baseball player at the time, and he got fired because he wasn't enthusiastic enough. So he talks about how he changed his attitude and he acted enthusiastic before he really was. And he became very enthusiastic as a result. Smile, act happy, and eventually you are going to feel better. You are going to feel that enthusiasm. It's going to radiate through your body. Something else that goes along with acting and being enthusiastic is to go that extra mile professionally. It always shows when people do the bare minimum to get by. So if your attitude isn't up to par, step it up. If your attitude isn't like the extra mile person, make a shift in your mindset. Number 3 will be to practice your body language and demeanor. Now, this has to do something that I've always thought for years, and that is practicing in front of a mirror. I don't know if you've ever done that, but that's something I definitely recommend. I know it sounds stupid, and when I first did it, I felt uncomfortable. When you meet people, there are a few different things that I would recommend. If you got a spouse and they're going to laugh at you, well, tell them beforehand, or just wait until you get home and you're alone and practice. But a few things that I would practice include your introduction when you talk to somebody, on when you walk in and you meet somebody. Practice your hello, simple enough. Look at yourself in the mirror and see how you look. Are you warm? Are you smiling? Are your facial expression, how do they look? If you're having a bad day or you just had to put out fires to save a deer or whatever it is, that can show here in your face. Anything that might be going through your day, your face might radiate that. So that's why it's good to practice changing your facial expressions and getting back into a more relaxed, warm, welcoming state. And practice your smile. Your smile says a lot about you, and it needs to be natural. Maybe you can visualize smiling at your young child and get in the right state of mind. Another thing I would recommend is not having a stiff, serious face. Instead, practice one where you're relaxed. So when you go and you meet somebody, everything gives them a good first impression about you. A simple smile can go a long way. The
And
other
it's
one would
free.
be to, I'm sorry?
And it's free.
And it's free. Absolutely. There you go. And you're smiling. Number 4 would be to dress to impress. Now, there are studies out there that shows when you wear nice clothes, when you're dressed well, you feel better about yourself. As far as grooming, make sure you trim your nails, plug your eyebrows, get a haircut on a regular basis. If you have a beard, trim it. For ladies, my wife feels better about herself when she does her nails or when she gets a manicure or pedicure. So little things like that are going to make you feel better and make you feel confident. Again, the point of all this is to build your confidence. Number 5 is say your affirmation. It's really easy to talk down to yourself. It's easy to see the competition crushing you or doing better than you, and you can get discouraged. So one thing I would definitely recommend is speaking positive to yourself, always. When you're having a bad day, find a way to get back on track fast. There's a book that I'm reading right now. It's called Mindset by Carol Dweck. And she talks about a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. You should give it a try. So try working on your mindset, being positive, speaking well to yourself. Another thing I recommend is a daily journal. Most people can think of 3 things to be thankful for. So focus on gratitude first thing in the morning, and then right before you go to bed, so you can start and end your day with gratitude. That's another really good way to kind of like put yourself in a positive state of mind. But again, I cannot stress enough the importance of speaking positive to yourself. A lot of us, we tend to have negative thoughts, and that's human. We tend to have negative thoughts, always see things in a negative way. But if you grow your gratitude, if you do this by starting your morning showing gratitude and ending your day, you're always going to have a positive state of mind. Now you can also exercise. Exercise is going to make you feel better about yourself, and that's number 6. You're going to feel good because you're taking care of yourself. Exercise also releases, there's a hormone, cortisol, I think it is. It's a stress hormone, and it's going to help you feel better. So you're not having to take painkillers to get through the day or think of energy drinks. So exercise in the morning or the evening, it's going to make you feel better. And as a result, your confidence will radiate as well. And lastly, the last one will be to be prepared. For me, this is a big one because I don't like to show up unprepared, but this also depends on your personality. If you're more than spontaneous, you wing it type of person, maybe this isn't your thing. But I personally like to show up early. I like to have my stuff together. I like to know exactly what I'm going to do. Another part of being prepared is having good notes, good processes, scheduling your day, using calendars, staying organized. Try to stay organized as much as possible to the best of your abilities. Now, those are the 7 great ways to boost your confidence, which will help you get deals and attract a lot of positive energy to your life. After all, confidence is important, very important in sales. And all of us here were in sales. For example, we have one of the agents this morning, she said, her deal, it didn't go through. And stuff like that would happen, especially nowadays in the new real estate market that we're currently experiencing. Things are going to happen. But if you're confident by yourself, right? If you constantly, reminding yourself that you matter and you staying positive and you still hustling, you still working, you're doing what you have to do, right? You're gonna be able to get right back on your feet right away. So change your mindset, change your focus, stay positive, and put the seven things into practice, and you'll see how everything in your life will change to a positive way. All right. So that's Mindset Monday for you guys. That's what I wanted to share with you. If I have any thoughts, ideas, or what's working for you nowadays, please share it. We all want to hear, and we can probably implement it in our life as well.
Hey, Dylan, what you just said right now makes a lot of sense. That's something that I've been implementing since I started working as a full-time realtor almost 4.5 years ago. And, I have the habit to come to the office every day from 8:30 to 12 o'clock. I do have all my notes from my previous day. I write everything that I remember, or phone calls, whatever. So I schedule ahead of time what I'm going to be doing in the morning. And it does work. I mean, because you're on top of your game. You don't forget who to call, because once the day starts and you start answering calls, you forget about the things that you were supposed to do in the day. So if you have it on the schedule, to prioritize those things at first before you start answering calls, right, that's how you make deals happen. So have your list, like you're saying right now, on your calendar or your notes, whatever, and take care of those things as early as possible, because in the morning is where I get most of my things done. And after that, my appointments will always go after 12 o'clock. My morning is more like focus on what I needed to do on my notes, and it works. So I truly agree with your things. Thank you so much.
Very good, man. Thank you for that experience. And you're absolutely right. I mean, taking notes is very important, especially the night before. I have the same routine. The day before, the night before, I write everything down. Things that I couldn't get done throughout the day, and I'm adding into my to-do list for the following day. And first thing in the morning, I tackle that. And I have my little notes with me.
And the same thing.
Yeah, you have this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I like about this one specifically is that you get to on one side, you have a time. Mm-hmm. So you do, okay, from 6 in the morning to 9, and then you start your day like that. But on the other side of the page, you write down your goals, the quote for the day, your target, your successes. It's good because it goes with what my day is like. Yeah. So keeping a good mindset, and at the same time positive.
Yeah.
Keeping something like that handy is always good. And I have a couple of them, one here, one at home, and I'm always writing things down. So I encourage everyone to do the same, and Nino does it. Yeah. So that's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that.
You got it.
All right, guys. Well, this week is going to be a great week because we have the relevant agent coming up this Thursday, right, Steve?
Yes, Thursday at 1 o'clock. I'm going to drop a link in the chat for everyone, and if everyone is part of the WhatsApp group chat, we have some videos and graphics that you can use and share on social media. So please put that on your own social media. I made a tall one for Instagram stories and TikTok. I made a square one for Instagram and Facebook, and there's a horizontal one for YouTube. So feel free to use that, you guys. And it's a great way, remember, to introduce agents to the company, and a great way to provide value to realtors in your database and build your network.
If you're a real estate agent and with Broker Nation Real Estate, and you're not in the WhatsApp chat, please feel free to reach out to me or Steve or Amanda or Armando, and we'll make sure we add you to that. We're always giving out information, or the agents and sharing important information or listing or whatever it is, but you're connected. It's a good way to stay connected with the company and making sure you're getting the latest information. But also at the same time, Steve is sharing a lot of material that you can start sharing in your social media, especially all of these events that we have coming up, which you can share in your social media as well. So Steve is posting in. Steve, do we also have any trainings coming up this week? I know we wanted to start with the...
Yeah, we were going to start rebooting the Tuesdays and Thursdays, but wasn't planning on starting it this week. I think next week we're going to start that.
Okay, perfect.
I'd have to confirm that with Armando, but I think this week I'll focus on the relevant agent 2020, and then we'll start that next Thursday.
Excellent. So if you want to see this trainings coming up, where do we go to stay engaged with the trainings?
Good question. I'm going to drop it in the chat, www.brokernation.events. We post all of the latest events there. The link is in the chat now. And if anybody wants to register for future marketing, lead generation, I think we have some on tap for maybe contracts and closings and things like that, Daylon. I didn't post any of those yet. And we want to hear your feedback too, your requests of what you guys want to see in the trainings. We got some good, I have my notes from last time. We had some requests for how to boost Instagram followers. We had requests for mortgage and financing training. That's always a popular one. And I think what did we do last time? Closing disclosures?
Yeah, we did closing disclosures and the contract. Those were the last
and
two.
Contracts. That was a very popular one. And that sort of turns into sometimes mortgage and financing questions and lending questions. So any requests or things you'd like to see in the future, drop those please in the chat, and we take those into account, and then we put together these trainings weeks in advance.
Can I say something?
Yeah, please.
This goes to Dylan. Dylan, I get a lot of calls from agents here on my office. They always call me how to upload a listing. I think new agents or whatever. So I don't know how they always call me. So I think it should be good for you guys for new agents out there that they don't know how to upload listings. Maybe that's a good class for you guys to do.
Okay. Upload listings meaning to the MLS? Or?
Yeah, to the MLS, because they don't know how to do it. And they always call me how to do this and how to do that. I mean, I'm glad to share it with them, but I think they need more orientation from you guys how to do that, because they're not, they're completely lost.
Okay.
And so that'll be something that it will be useful for them, how to do it right, properly, and so they could have success on the listings, because they have no idea how to do it.
Excellent. That's a good point. Yeah. All right. So we'll do how to put a listing on the MLS kind of thing, and we'll go through it. It's a few steps.
Exactly, all the steps that they need to know how to,
Yeah.
Right.
Very good. Very good, Nino. Thank you. All right. There's another one. There was a recommendation also as to credit repair. I think we can put that one together with perhaps how to qualify a client. And if we already know up front that they have some issues with credit, how can we guide them? And maybe we can have a credit repair company. There's one suggested by Monica. So I'm going to contact them and see how we can structure a training and perhaps have them join us on one of these trainings and talk a little bit what to look for on the credit.
Good.
Yeah. If anybody has any other recommendation or training, you guys are out there, you know what's going on. I'm pretty sure you're getting questions from either some of our agents or maybe outside agents or even clients. Whatever it's going on that you say, you know what, we might need a good training on this just to have a better perspective or see how to respond to X and Y, whatever, then maybe we can put it together in a training. So we're welcome any suggestions. Please feel free to contact us, send us an email or a phone call, whatever is easier for you, but make sure you reach out. Okay. All right, guys. So
I dropped a link in the chat, something my daughter told me just this morning, actually. She heard it from a friend of hers, and it was kickoff.com. Did anybody hear that one? It's for credit repair.
No.
Okay, so you guys check that out. That might be a good one to make a little piece of content with, to share with your new home buyers or anyone that needs help with credit repair. You guys check that out. That might be something that most people don't.
Excellent. All right, Steve. Yeah,
someone else said credit edit. Thanks for the feedback there. Karen Laurie has given us some good feedback there too. Credit edit. I haven't heard of that one.
This goes to Dylan. Dylan, since you are very, informed about what's going on in the market. Have you heard anything about the foreclosures that might be coming up in the near future, or is that just a rumor on the news? I mean, because they're saying there's going to be a lot of people going for foreclosures. Is that something that you hear, something that we should be aware of and be prepared to, you know, be on top of the what's going to happen?
Yeah, I haven't gone like a specific like a for sure thing. What I do know is that there will be a lot of foreclosures in the area. I mean, think about it. A lot of people got into mortgages and stuff like that. Not now, but you know, months ago, maybe a couple of years ago, they got into mortgages, and a lot of these people, they have lost their homes, or they have lost their jobs rather.
Right.
And that's gonna, you know, it will cut up to them. You know, it's like the market repeats itself every so often, and we already know what happened in 2008, and it didn't happen because of a pandemic or anything like that. So we're not gonna see that happening now, at least anytime soon. Going back to other pandemics that we have gone through and comparing it to how the economic market, how it responded, usually it goes back into like a fresh market start. But what's gonna happen to all those people that lost their job? If they don't find a job soon or anything like that, that means that they're gonna be behind on payments. Now, a lot of banks are working with the borrowers right now and helping them, you know, say, hey, you know what? Okay, you don't have to pay right now. A lot of people got into a program with the bank, but also a lot of people didn't. A lot of people simply just stopped paying. And same thing happened with tenants. A lot of tenants just stopped paying, saying, oh, because, you know, Trump said this and that, and we don't, of course, are not working. But everything has every action has a result. You know, everything has a result, an end result. And what I see happening is that eventually we're going to have to be facing a lot of short sales. We're going to be facing foreclosures and stuff like that. We should be prepared, definitely, for whatever is coming.
Right.
One thing that we mentioned at the beginning of all this is let's try to build relationships with banks or people within that industry that we know. If something like that happens, we are prepared. We already have a relationship that we built, and we might be able to get some of those listings. But at the same time, be in touch with clients, be in touch with past borrowers or clients that you work with at the bought a house, and see what they're facing right now. You know, but we should definitely, to answer your question, you know, we should definitely be prepared. Whether it comes or not, or sooner or later, it would happen. You know, we just don't know how soon it would happen.
Especially now with the evictions that are going to be coming in, I think September 1st, if the courts open. I mean, my side, I have 2 evictions on the process. So it's just me. I mean, there's many other people that have the same situation. So I'm sure that is like a domino effect that is going to be coming soon.
Yeah, absolutely. A few weeks ago, I think I gave information on attorneys. I'm gonna try to put a training together maybe for this Friday, and have them over and go over the whole eviction process, how to deal with tenants right now, and see what we can do, because we feel like we're tied up. We can't do anything. The 3-day notice is no longer acceptable. Now it's a 30-day notice. We don't know if
It'll be a great class.
Yeah, I think so. We don't know if it's going to be extended again. If it gets extended, imagine all the cases that are going to go through the courthouse, because they're not giving case numbers right now. So imagine everything that is going to pile up to them. So how much we have to wait until we get results on the evictions, and that'll be good because we can inform the landlords on our clients on that.
We could notify our landlords how to do the process, or at least refer to them some kind of a solution per se to start the process.
Yeah. All I see is that it got extended now a few times. Hopefully it will get extended again.
First, so they say.
Yeah. I know that they always wait for the last minute, so I'm hoping it didn't, because I do have also some cases that I can't do anything until all this is lifted.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to them today and see if we can put a training together soon, because I think it's a very, very good and much needed topic right now.
I do have a lawyer that works with me. He's specializes also in evictions. If you want, I could put you in contact.
Okay.
Maybe he was a little bit of a chat on Friday, if you like that. so we could put him on, on the Zoom meeting on Friday. If you want me to, I could put you in contact with him. He's
Yeah,
doing,
please do. Yeah.
doing 3 evictions for me. He's an amazing guy, and so maybe he could help us a little bit, to at least to inform.
Right. That's what we need right now. So yeah. I mean, put me in contact with him, and I'll work with him. We'll try.
I think you met him. I think I brought it to your office, Carlos Paredes.
Oh yeah, I met him. Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell him to give you a call and set up a kind of a meeting for this Friday, so he could help us out, with all the procedures and what's going on, and maybe he could share some, per se, forms, whatever you need to provide to your landlords or your clients.
Absolutely. Yeah. I look forward to talking to him. Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you, Nino. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, Steve. Anything else you want to add? We're good.
Dylan, I just want to point something on the conversation that we had. We have a meeting with one of our lenders, and I have been searching on YouTube, to a lot of people that are talking about the market crash or something.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen that fast, because, the bank is giving right now, like even when you close a house, they give you a letter that you have like 3 to 6 months that you can stay without paying if you lose your job or anything like that. So the bank are getting crazy, helping a lot of people. Like, they send you a letter, oh, if you can pay or this or that, they stop your mortgage, which is like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, that's something that we can, get more buyers like that, because you know what, if you buy a house, instead of the rent that you have to pay, you can, stay 3 or 6 months without paying if you lose your job. So I just want to point that one.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So it's just very important, guys, that right now banks are very strict as to who they're approving or qualifying to buy a home. But yeah, definitely, we're not going to see that anytime soon. I mean, how long it's going to take, I don't know. I don't know what action the banks are going to take once everything is lifted and they go back to that, because they have previous agreement. I'm just worried about the people that didn't contact the bank, that didn't negotiate anything with the bank. Also, some people didn't negotiate to move the payments to the back end of the loan. Maybe they say 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, and then they owe all that, chunk of money once everything is lifted. So there's a lot of things a lot of factors playing, into play here. We just have to make sure that at least our clients, they're aware of it. As long as they have information and they know what's going on and what they should do, that we're doing our part. Okay. All right. Thank you, Madiel, for sharing that. All right, guys. Steve, anything else we want to add, or we're good?
No, I think we're good. Just to remind everyone, keep up to date with the latest events at brokernation.events. That's www.brokernation.events. I always post whatever we're doing next is always there.
Awesome, Steve. Well, thank you so much, guys. Steve put some information on the chat. Make sure you take a picture of it, copy, or feel free to reach out to us and we'll provide that information to you as well. Okay, so have a great Monday. Enjoy your day, enjoy your week, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Stay tuned on www.brokernation.events. We have a relevant agent coming up. Make sure you do everything you can to attend to it. And if you can invite somebody else, please do. Great information. All right, guys. That's it for me. Have a great day.
Okay, thanks. Bye, guys.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Have a great week, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.